Now, the Supreme Court made several controversial rulings earlier this week, from banning affirmative action in college admissions to killing President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. Now, these decisions have people talking. Brenna McIntosh is in the studio right now. Brenna, these aren't the only controversial decisions SCOTUS has made this week.
No, Emily, it's not. On Friday, the Supreme Court ruled that certain businesses can refuse services to LGBTQ plus people. It's a decision that political expert Dr. Claville says could possibly lead to discrimination against other protected groups.
It's a decision riling up both sides of the political aisle.
Where those that saw this as a regression of protection of rights, others saw this as an expansion of freedom of speech as it relates to religious grounds.
In a 6-3 vote Friday, the Supreme Court voted in favor of a Colorado-based designer who refused to design wedding websites for same-sex couples. Despite a Colorado law barring this type of discrimination, the court ruled in favor of the designer, saying forcing her to build the website violates her free speech. The decision only applies to quote-unquote expressive services like artists, photographers, and writers. But liberal justices warned that the decision would allow a range of businesses to discriminate. According to Norfolk State University political expert Dr. Claville, the ruling could open the door for more legal challengers to withhold service.
Would individuals utilize this particular ruling based upon First Amendment speech or expression of speech to be able to deny services to individuals that they do not want to service? The answer is, based upon legal history and the history of our country, this very well may happen.
Dr. Claville also says this ruling weakens the freedoms of the LGBTQ plus community.
Every ruling that chips away at freedoms and rights is, of course, chipping away at that particular tree in which it stands.
And conservative Justice Neil Gorsuch wrote that ruling against the web designer would allow the government to force artists to, quote, speak what they do not believe on pain of penalty. In the studio, Brenna McIntosh, 13 News Now.
All right, thank you, Brenna. Friday's decision builds on a similar case brought before the court back in 2018. Justices ruled in favor of a Denver area baker who refused to make a wedding cake for a gay couple.